Hi everyone, welcome back to Warhammer 40,000 Rogue Trader. Excuse me. Let's get straight into it. That night the Lord Captain and some of the crew were wakened by beautiful music. The sound seemed to caress their very minds, until they realised that the source was their own bodies. While their teeth were chattering out staccato, the tendons being plucked like strings by unseen hands, and invisible breaths flowed through their bones, turning them into mournful flutes. The illusion ended. After a long time afterwards, every movement that made their hearts stutter in fear was the orchestra about to strike up once more. Weird. Like no damage. No, nothing here, it's a dead end. What did we have something to do here, Crossroad of 100 Dreams? Flock is in 2. Where's my list of things? Crossroad of 100 Dreams. Flock is done times 2. Looks like old WH40K is there. Nothing. Promethium times 6. About 13 at the moment. Lithium times 6. I'd probably take that. Because, you know, it's a lot. Don't have many of these left though, so I've got to be a bit careful. I don't have any phlogiston or mechanisms. I'm low on provisions. Okay. Save. Can I get to this last planet before getting attacked? I can. Nothing. Still. Save again. Okay. Well, let's move on. Oh, what happened there? Oops. I thought it was going to crash. You're facing case worshippers. It seems their ship's been lying in wait here. The Voxmaster reports an incoming transmission. No, because I'm not going to take messages. Because if it's stuff to fuck up the machines, like a virus downloaded. Like we've been hearing about what's happened in a couple of places. So, do not negotiate with heretics. Just blow them up. If I can.
Crimson lights in the void.
Can you? Murder class cruiser. Okay. In for the raider. So let's get the torpedoes off. Still got a reload of one round. That's a lot of its shield down. A little bit of damage to it. Against a battleship, can't really do much. What can I do here? I'm going to do a shallow jump. Reinforce my shields. This doesn't work on largest cruisers. Yeah. Or larger than cruisers. There is a cruiser. But it only does 15 to 20% of its missing hull. It's not got much missing. Let's jump, get it on the starboard. It hits the side, not the front. Okay. What the hell are they?
Miss your chance, Argenta.
Jesus Christ. Fighters and stuff. Starflare lance. Okay. Not sure if that was the best idea. Starboard attack off.
The target's void shield has been weakened.
Can't hit anything there. Okay. Still can't hit anything here. Damn it. Torpedo control. Can I still want to? Okay. Argenta. Use his torpedoes again.
I revel the spectacle of their glittering ruin.
Nice. Well worth it. That's super cool. Okay. Now I have to move. Or have I moved? What? I didn't move that far. I had movement left. Oh dear. I don't move around. Okay. Let's blow this up. I thought I could still move. That's weird. Is that going to reach me? It is. Boom! A lot of hull damage to those bloody missiles there. Okay. Let's get some more missiles out. Get my port over to these. Wow, really? Do my left shield. Oh, I thought I had. Yeah. Let's get you moving then. Different way. That's taking a lot of damage, so have I. Okay, go there and blow up. What? That didn't work, as expected. Shoot anything. Oh, yeah, I can shoot this one. Restart the shields, I guess. I'll have less firing range and stuff next turn, but might be worthwhile.
No mercy.
Okay, port, blow them up. Okay, drop missiles, or torpedoes. Right, at least 2 left. Just out of range from the dorsal, and just out of range from there. Could jump forward. In range for both. And that blew up, affected that. Nice one. Restarted all my shields, good. Forward another 2. Okay. Just got that left, which will run out in 2 turns. I think. Maybe that's what it means, 2 turns. Build up.
Another victory of
Phew.
2 great dynasties, Lord Captain.
I got an engine. Less speed with strong acceleration and braking. Heretic trophies and unholy amulets. And I need that to repair. About 59. I used half of it to repair. Okay, can I level up or anything? No. Now do I want strong acceleration and braking? Not sure how that works. Low or low? Not sure. That's just straight up worse. It's kinetic. Okay, can be equipped as that. Can be equipped. So I've got a 12 with strong. That is 14 with low. What? 12 with strong, yes. 13 with low. 14 with low. So I'll get rid of the 13, can't I? Wherever it is. Where's the 13 with low? It's this one. Right. Okay, that's that done. Now, I could make a route out to somewhere else. Else it's all the way back here. Deadly. Make it unsafe. I'll make it unsafe. Save. Just in case. Where the hell does this one come from? All from there, all the way out. Mysterious sickness struck the clan living in one of the macro cannon chambers. The disease quickly spread, causing the afflicted to writhe with unbearable stomach cramps, expired after several days of agony. Before the officers could react, the neighbouring clans took the issue into their own hands and flooded the chamber with carbon monoxide. The macro cannon was put back into service, and the vigilantes were punished for subjecting the perpetrator servants to mob justice. Oh yeah, I guess. I've got to meet the Narrow stability here, don't I? They're going to want Cassia back, I guess. Where's the... There we go. No, I can't visit it again. Should I get the phlogiston? Yeah. Update my thingy at Dargonus mind. Let's get the Dargonus then. Gives me something here at least. And I need to go to the loo. So I'm going to pause. And be back in a sec. Right, let's carry on. Do I... There's nothing here to do, is there? No. So let's drop down at the palace. See what's going on. Okay. It's just me. Level 24 yet. Okay. Everyone's standing around, including Cassia. There's Tech Priest. Walk past her. I have. She was down here somewhere. Whatever. If I come to the right place. Let's have a look. Oh, I've got to go to the Administratum for her. The throne room. Okay. Okay, so let's talk to Clementia. She's just here. Your Ladyship, Clementia looks away from her data slate. I hope your stay on Dargonus will be beneficial to your physical and mental state. I understand that the heir to the Protectorate must have her hands full, but one shouldn't forget about rest. What about a meeting with navigators of House Orsellio? To really focus on the data slate in her hands, allow me to report. The esteemed navigators of House Orsellio have taken residence in the guest estate and await a meeting with you. How would you like to receive them? -1. It's just -1. Make arrangements for reception worthy of the refined tastes of the Navis nobility. I pissed them off? That's not good. Understood, Lord Captain. Or your ladyship. Clementia promptly makes a note on data slate. Would you like to hold this meeting shortly? Yes, Cassie and I are ready for the talks. Then I'll have messengers sent to retrieve the esteemed guests. Okay. I guess that's the usual. I guess it's all going to go pear-shaped for some reason. When we first found her in that orbital station, there was some bullshit going on, wasn't there? Some kind of civil war going on between them. I'm guessing that's going to be the same. Regent House Orsellio, esteemed delegation, the Rogue Trader and the Von Valentis Protectorate welcome you. Come this way, please. PC's fans are pretty loud. Louder than normal. Perhaps it needs a clean out. Do need a new PC. This one's getting old. The chip's like 10 years old. Esteemed representatives of the Navis nobility have arrived at the Rogue Traders' Court, the regent of the great House Orsellio. Orsellio. His companions, Lady Cassia Orsellio, Navigator Simon Orsellio, his intended bride, Lady Navigator Alexandrina Orsellio, Lady Navigator Alina Hateria Orsellio, and Navigator Danax Orsellio. Talk about keeping it in the family. A tall, wizened old man, the wizened, proudly stares at you through milky, unblinking eyes. Loose skin sways with his every move as if the navigator's flesh has detached from his bones. An unsightly hole mars the regent's face where his nose should be, and the old man's skull is covered with spiky growths. Too much time in the warp, I guess, or just mutations. Rogue Trader, his piercing voice cuts through the silence. On behalf of House Orsellio, we'd like to express our immense satisfaction at its meeting, and our gratitude for the warm welcome. We're pleased to know there are still ladies in the Koronus Expanse to observe etiquette and traditions of hospitality. And yet this is not why we're here. Our Grace is obliged to note how much the Rogue Trader has done for House Orsellio by protecting his beloved child. We've waited for many turns to behold her radiant visage. The regent shifts his blinking gaze to Cassia. Come now, child. There's much we need to discuss. Aye. Cassia stepped forward, but then stops and looks at you. Hey, it's your clan. Let her sort it out. Cassia smiles faintly and addresses the regent. Esteemed regent, it pleases me to see the gleaming sheen of gold and turquoise above your brow. It is thanks to the efforts of the Rogue Trader that I stand here today, and there's so much I want to tell you. What is it you desire to hear most? We know what happened at the station, child. Your connection to the Atlas has grown so strong. We felt the turmoil in your soul. The events that transpired have shaken us. House Orsellio is deeply grateful to the Rogue Trader for the destruction of the saboteurs. And we are willing to reciprocate such a magnanimous gesture. We trust that a treaty of friendship and alliance underpinned by the transfer of several artifacts of exceeding rarity will suffice. Now come, child, it is time we depart for your new home, so we finish what we started. She's like one of the best characters, and without a navigator we're fucked. Esteemed regent, perhaps I could continue my education while still accompanying the rogue trader on her travels. Just imagine how much I could learn beyond the bounds of. She notices the reasons fear risk glare and falls short. Cassia, I'd be honoured if you decided to stay. Unthinkable, says the regent.
Don't just stand there. Help the rogue trader defend the child in the palace.
You will pay for betraying Felek and our freedom, rogue trader! Now kill them all!
Right, some more of the rebels within the Roundhouse then. Okay. I can see Pasqal there. Ready to kill. Cassia's here.
You will beg for mercy, and I will grant none. To the dead!
Oh, we can get into position at least. Right, Argenta's here. Let's put her here. Put Cassia out in front. But she can't move that far. Right. Let's move her here then. Argenta can only move this far. That's this way, so okay. Pasqal can only move this far. Right. I don't want to put her any closer because. Can Pasqal move forward one? He cannot. Right. Right. Argenta go next to him. Cassia in front. Jai. Yrliet. Middle of bloody nowhere. As usual. Me, I'm right at the back, can I? Move to here. Okay. Not brilliant, but it will have to do. That just crashed. Mouse pointer wasn't working. Oof, dear me. Right then, Jai. Let's buff Cassia. Move here.
Living on the edge.
And get
Don't get too cocky.
that onto me. Cassia. You can give plus 16. I can move here. No, actually I can move here because Pasqal can move
Let's make some opportunities.
here. Who shall I get to go? With no movement though. Cassia, maybe? She can't do anything. Alright then, let's put
If only
Argenta.
that were possible.
Both Pasqal. Just wasted a turn. That was a wasted turn. Right then, let's get Rhea here.
The Omnissiah knows all, comprehends all.
Get this going.
Request approved. My vow is
Strength analysis. And those people take extra damage. Can we shoot that person or that person? Oh, they're behind cover, are you? There isn't much difference between these. But what do you have on wind dodge? Conversion field. Okay, she takes double the damage. Well, double 32% more damage and 16% extra damage. Okay. Right. She gets the same as Cassia. All the buffs. 78 already. Jesus Christ. Let's just start doing damage. Not bad. Not bad. Not in Cassia. You can't see her. What?
Battlefields are always drowned in scarlet.
Now she can. Good.
I'm not accustomed to being ordered around.
That's devastating. Yes. What a castigating, really. Okay. A lot of yous. Bye bye. And again.
Land in scarlet.
That's 5 down. Where are they? Navis bodyguard. Navis bodyguard. She's on 7. Well, those two and her. Right then, because we're on maximum. Argenta.
In the name of House Orsellio,
Kill them all.
Prevail.
The enemies of the Emperor will be undone.
What's all that about?
Doubt is for...
Fine.
This is unacceptable.
It is.
As the
gun.
Emperor commands, I act. I'll do it. As the Emperor commands, I act.
Good enjoy.
This battlefield air is good for my lungs.
Is it now? 33%. Over the range. Have I swapped to that one then? 23%. Jesus. pistols are really short range.
I don't need luck. I have strategy. I'll see to it personally. I'll make it happen.
One left. Oh, we leveled up. That's now back to Cassia's turn, is it? Oh yeah, because every time someone gets a free turn, these three get a free turn. Might as well move that up there.
If I may.
For now.
Follow my lead.
Yrliet, can you shoot this one? You can. First of all, get an opening up.
This tedium is beneath me.
And do that.
If it serves your cause.
145 damage. Because of lethality. That was quick. And because of the devastating staff. And Cassia. Plus 10 lethality, that's just stupid. It was like 140 or something, wasn't it? Yeah. Alright then. That's over. So chat. More experience. Thank you. Mercy. Lady Navigator uses the Wanderer's Tacimus. Lady Navigator covers her face with her disfigured, scaly hands, each with an extra finger, and can join phalangeal bones. Her clothes are covered in blood, mostly as that of your servants. What? Did take a fucking hit, and several unexploded bolts are sticking out of her chest plate. No. All the blood would be her own. Rogue trader, whether on purpose or out of ignorance, you are harbouring a monster that's cunningly pretended to be an innocent maid. Spare me, and I, Idira and Yrliet, will swear to you the whole truth about the madness that is devouring House Orsellio like a malignant tumour. Do not let the regent deceive you with honeyed lies, lest the cursed child ruin your protectorate as well. You see rage and despair in the Lady Navigator's face, but neither is directed at you. If it be decided to join the trial, Lady Yrliet, I would hear what you wish to tell me. Thank you for your lenience, rogue trader. 2 hours later, okay. The naturally bulbous eyes of the Navigator constantly shift between you and Cassia. Black secretions run down her cheeks instead of tears, leaving unsightly streaks. Lady Navigator Lady Orsellio is charged with the attempted murder of Novator Heir Cassia Orsellio, the attempted murder of rogue trader, and attack on the palace. Let the trial commence. I, Lady Yrliet of House Orsellio, swear to tell the rogue trader nothing but the truth. May the God Emperor be my witness. Pathetic. Wow. Regent Yrliet, or Yrliet. It's Aaron, isn't it? Yrliet. Representatives of your house made an attempt on Lady Cassia's life and attacked a rogue trader. Rogue trader, House Orsellio humbly asks for your lenience and forgiveness. We cannot even imagine these vile rats will be scurrying amongst our ranks. As for them sneaking into the rogue trader's palace and staging an unthinkable crime, God Emperor be our witness, the accursed renegades seek to spark a feud between our houses. I believe you. And yet this is now the second attempt at Maiden Cassia's life. I need answers. We're ready to tell you everything we know, so that this misunderstanding can be remedied as quickly as possible. Tell me about the renegades. They are madmen who seek to destroy the centuries-old traditions of our great house, so carefully nurtured by the previous Novator, Tisiphone Orsellio. Look, it is Tisiphone, not Tisiphone. They deemed to be the century of a rule, a tyranny, and our most sacred relic, a curse that must be destroyed. Fools. If the Atlas were to be destroyed, the whole of House Orsellio would fall into oblivion. Is there some kind of chaos artifact? Why do the renegades seek to destroy the relic? They dread her power. If only a Novator can fully grasp the mysteries and harness the power of the Starway Atlas. What the renegades call a leash, we call a guiding star. And why they're trying to kill Cassia? Everybody in the house knows the child is the keeper of the true Starway Atlas, which one belonged to our great Novator, Tisiphone Orsellio. And grateful wretches secretly hated her grace, and when Tisiphone abdicated her responsibilities and set off parts unknown, they staged a revolt to destroy her successor. Does Cassia really carry her Atlas? We believe with all our heart. The Novator spent many cycles on the world where the child was born. It is said that everyone who witnessed the miracle of her birth simultaneously departed for a destination known only to the Novator. Tisiphone gave the order and followed them soon after, leaving her precious gift, the Atlas, to Cassia, therefore marking her as her successor. That seems very dodgy and sketch. It looks like House Orsellio has fallen in hard times. The regent stays silent, then replies, "To call your statement false would be a lie. For many years we have managed to maintain the fragile balance within our house, but then the Novator's departure shook the faith of many. The treasury is empty, the navigators are scattered, the warp routes are scrambled, and many of our allies cannot be reached. Which is why it is so important to complete the child's education. It is Cassia's duty to take Tisiphone's place and lead the house to prosperity. Such is a great destiny." What do you know about Cassia's unbridled power? It's got to see it. She's wiped out most of them. Alone. A special gift for a special child. She was born with it and grew up under its influence. The instability sometimes hampered her education, but we learned to prevent most outbursts. As long as the child remains calm and remains in seclusion, the powers cannot take hold of her mind. I think I've heard enough. The regent acknowledges your words with a nod and waits for you to continue. Lady Alina, what do you have to say in your defence? I do not know what it is you wish to learn, but I will start from the very beginning. A long time ago, Tisiphone ascended to the house, to the throne of Orsellio. She was Idira and Yrliet, who brought part of the house to the Expanse, hoping to strengthen our position in the Imperium. The house prospered, but Tisiphone was never satisfied. She went mad in her pursuit of power, seeking more influence, more control, and she saw enemies everywhere, even among her loyal followers. Paranoia was slowly driving Tisiphone insane, and one day she created the Starway Atlas, a relic that is implanted in our bodies at birth, a noose around our necks, our gift and our damnation. Tisiphone used the Atlas to control us, subdue our will, and mould our thoughts. If anyone puts a toe out of line, she killed them with a glance. Was that the Atlas, though, or was it just her power? First, many branches of House Orsellio tried to resist the tyranny, and and Tisiphone cut them down with extreme brutality. For example, the entire Sethala ranch was destroyed simply because its leaders asked too many questions about the Atlas, wanted to know the truth about his creation. But that happens in the Imperium as well. If you ask the wrong questions, that's sus and you're killed for it. What else is Tisiphone guilty of? Tisiphone's madness weakened the dynasty, and not long ago the Novator vanished. Indeed, her loyal followers lie when they say that she chose to retire. The truth is that nobody knows the truth. I hope she's rotten away in one of her secret worlds. Elena finishes with a sneer. I understand Tisiphone's transgressions, but what does any of that have to do with Lady Cassia? Tisiphone passed her atlas onto her successor before fleeing the house, to a newborn child. You cannot surrender the throne to the tyrant's creature. Tisiphone was cunning and treacherous. She must have hatched the entire plan beforehand. Her disappearance, the child, the transfer of the leash. We feared that one day she would be born in Cassia's body. We could not let that happen. Possible. If she just disappeared, she could put herself into the Atlas, ready to take over in the future. It's an old trope from fantasy games, but 40k? You called Cassia a monster because Tisiphone's Atlas? Largely yes, but there was more. Have you ever felt pure, unadulterated disgust when standing close to her, or perhaps fury or fear? Who but a monster would manipulate the minds and feelings of others, even more so than Tisiphone herself did? Well, she can't control her shit, and she's a stuck-up bitch. It's largely her rather than anybody else, though. Why didn't you attack before? Why now? Tisiphone always had plenty of opponents. We were afraid to trust one another. Any of us could be spying for her followers. We saved our strength and dealt the first blow 5 years after the heir was born, striking out one of the estates on TV, or 6, or V, I think. But the girl survived. And Regent Argenta hid her so far away and guarded her so thoroughly it took us another 13 years to find her, so she's 18. Then another 2 to get to the region's good graces, now she's 20, and reach on Yrliet 5. Now Cassie's in the spotlight and the House Council is about to put her on the throne. Surely there's no better time to cut off the serpent's head. So you admit Regent Argenta was not aware of the assassination attempt. She clicks her tongue loudly. Regent Argenta was guilty of mass killings, intimidation, inhuman torture, abetting Tisiphone in raising her heir. His crimes are many, but this is not among them. I love to see his head on the chopping block, but honour prevents me from slandering him in a trial before the rogue trader. I've heard enough. See if Reed's got anything else to say. No. Does she got anything else to say? No. Cassia, you too an injured party in this. What would you do in my place? I may speak, so many dirty colours I've poured from the mouths of these present that I feel covered in filth from head to toe. So that both of them are lying. I, as the future Novator, I want to bleach them, purify them, and let them go. Heed me. I'm the one to blame for what happened today, and I accept full responsibility for the actions of my house. She speaks bravely and openly, though her hands are shaking a little. Vile wretch, who do you think you are? Will you now start killing those who displeased you, just as Tisiphone did before you? The fury in Elena's face gives way to desperation once she realises what she just said. She slowly reaches for the atlas embedded in her chest, and looks at Cassia with obvious fear. Well, she obviously believes what she's saying. And the regent pipes up. Here is child, the burden is too heavy for you to shoulder alone. You're not yet ready. He doesn't want to get rid of power. by the sound of it. And the crimes he's done, according to her, or when Tiffany was running the place, probably wants to cover his own tracks. I implore you, to settle this conflict, offer the rogue trader a 100-year contract with House Orsellio, committing this to charting the shortest and safest routes for the vulnerable Lance's Pietra within the Koronus Expanse. I will also remain aboard the rogue trader's vessel and assist her until she desires otherwise, or until duty to the house summons me to the Novator's seat. What are you going to do with Lady Elena? The esteemed regent will put Lady Elena and all the people in one of our family jails. She is a House Orsellio navigator after all. There's no need for our precious blood to be spilt. Lady Elena stares at Cassia incredulously with bulging eyes but remains silent. Her hand restlessly caresses the spot where Atlas is embedded. Who told you needed aboard my ship? Don't know what to do. Do I just let them off with prison sentence? And the hope that it doesn't happen again. But Elena has just seen some mercy and compassion from Cassia, like not killing her or her followers. So it might stop the revolution and the rebellion. Interesting. Okay, I accept your offer. Cassia smiles. You've never seen her eyes so radiant. Thank you, gentlemen. I mean, rogue trader. Yeah, don't get ahead of yourself, though, love. The Regent remains silent for a long while. So be it. We failed to notice that a child had grown up and become strong. You may stay with the rogue trader until the house summons you. Her influence is anomalous, but it has served to bring out the blessed Tisiphony's most precious talent, the talent of leadership. Fuck off with that shite. Rogue trader, we are now bound by the terms of the contract. Your representatives may contact House Orsellio at any time, and we will respond. One more thing. Protect the child like the apple of your eye. Remember that you have the future of the Novator, the future Novator of the House Nobility, Navis Nobility House, aboard your vessel. Was that the right thing? Well, it's done now. We level up again. Don't know. Idira and everybody else. Right. How long have I been recording? An hour. Should I go and talk to people? I haven't talked to people in a long time. Good old Dargonus, bored here without Lady Theodore. She'd love to liven up the sleepy little place with a couple of crazy decrees and public floggings and flabbergasted nobles. Oh, I don't mind that either. What does she have to say? Nothing. Okay. Nothing over here. Hynix. The lack of observers has led to your nobles becoming extremely complacent. Today alone I've heard 3 statements that, if I so wanted, could be turned to the grounds for a charge of heresy. Okay. Just aristocrats everywhere, isn't it? should with them all. Who's up here? Tech Priest. An Augur. Another one. There's Cassia. My compliments to your taste in art. The collection here is extensive and most interesting. Is that what you're saying? Okay. I guess it's just the standard crap, isn't it? Yep, just the standard crap. So let's get out. That's GTFO. Okay, let's get back on board. Level people up. And see what we can do. Okay. See if I can get Argenta the extra strength here so she can use the heavy bolter and heavy weapons. Now she can't use Eldari or Drukhari weapons. That kind of put a spanner in my hoped for sniper build. But we shall see. Okay, so I'm going to pause, level people up, have a quick run through afterwards. See you in a sec. Right, so I level people up, and for myself I got personal involvement. Every enemy killed by the master tactician increase the resolve by 1 to the end of combat. I'm not doing it so much yet, but this will work in with the power level of the staff. Not sure if I went through what I did in previous levels. So your weapon skill, side rating +1, he's now got 2, and here he got flash fire. So wildfire is reduced by 1 AP for every 3 stacks instead of every 4. And wildfire is his thing here. Idira got Mind Siege, and the previous level Perception and Mind Thief. So that's a debuff and extra damage. Not bad either. Abelard, he's got a weapon skill, toughness, and here he's got taunting defense. Extra parry against those he's taunted. So, pretty good. Yrliet, after agility and Drukhari weapon proficiency, got the perfect opening. Plus lethality chance to deal 5% of the target's max wounds, more damage when hitting an opening. So if you use that to keep the opening, then lethality is on the 35% chance. So 5% max wounds. Not that much, but if someone's got like 400 health, then that'll be 20 extra damage. I'm not sure if that is before or after with the calculations I did in. For Jai, we got Nerves of Steel. Whenever we're getting momentum, we get +1 or more, and if we lose momentum, we get -1 less. That's good against the manifestations of demons, especially. I really think she'd be better with burst weapons, but she still forgets to use them at the moment. I think because a lot of her best gear was on Argenta. With Pasqal, we have strategic offensive. An enemy killed in the frontline area increases all bonuses of combat tactics areas by +1 to the end of combat. So keep moving that front line around, keep killing people in it, and all the other bonuses from the areas go up too. And with Argenta, I didn't get plus strength. I got expert finesse. Because it was like a special one, like one of these. I might get it at like a basic kind of level thing. But she kills an enemy with difficulty tier 4 or higher. Immediately reloads the weapon and attacks the closest enemy in line of sight. And it gets +50 over pen, but deals 28% of the usual damage. And that will go up when she gets buffed. And Cassia. Here she got the course untravelled. When they use a navigator power, it's not used in this combat before, it's +2 perception until the end of combat. Some little bits, but that all ticks up. Normal ones she uses are like the debuff, the little stair, the moving around, she can heal people, stuff like that. So it will slowly tick up. And I don't know if these other ones, these passives, whether they will kick in as well. So I have to wait and see what happens with her perception and see what the course untravelled does for that. But anyway, that was the level up. Okay. Where am I? I am next to here. I could go and talk to people. I haven't talked to people for a long time. Let's see what they've got to say. Abelard, you are here.
Lord Captain.
Nope, nothing new.
Lord Captain.
Which officer? Boxmaster. Struck the lasso axe. Ship informed me of your imminent meeting. Have the Vox Spirits brought you anything interesting lately? Master Heinrich von Karox expressed interest in our communication stations and Voxnets a short while ago. The interrogator appears to be well versed in matters of sacred technology, and it worries me. A man of his knowledge and his line of work is capable of discreetly planting his own devices in our systems. We will be vigilant, Lord Captain, but you should try to be more careful as well. Thank you. I've got to talk to Idira about you, because make sure you don't fall out of love with each other. Heinrich, leave our Voxmaster alone.
To what do I owe this visit?
Nothing new there. That's off to my chambers. I won't talk to Cassia yet, I'll keep that for the end. Argenta.
Lord Captain, your presence is welcome. And I wish to apologize for my prior coldness. After our first meeting, I was concerned that he would turn out to be another faithless offshoot of the von Valancius dynasty, like the traitor Conrad. But now I see before me a worthy leader and servant of the Imperium. I am glad to accompany you in your endeavors.
Are you ready to tell me more about yourself now?
If such is the rogue trader's wish, although there isn't much I can tell, I am the Emperor's daughter and his servant. What else is there to know?
Where do you hail from?
Now that I can tell you, I come from everywhere and nowhere.
Always darken.
I am the child of officers of the Imperial Guard. I was born in the hold of a warship. Grew up following my parents' deployments from one planet to another, and lost my family in the flames of a righteous war.
Oh, I need some more water. So I'm going to get that. I'm going to pause this and get some water. Right, back. Okay.
My memory is like wafts of smoke over a still battlefield. The grey of a ship's plating. The strict cadence of life in military camps. My mother's uniform. I loved looking at it. Then, that battle. The rumbling, the shouting, and the soot. The screams of soldiers burning alive. And the gold of the regiment's Aquila. Untouched by soot or blood. The last unsullied piece of a world that was going mad. That was my last memory of my mother, and of my former life, before the cRPG and the novitiate, before my trials, before the vows.
Wow. I wonder why she wanted those orphans in the first chapter to be looked after. A golden shard you carry with you.
My own relic. It's the regiment's Aquila, or rather, the fragment that survived the attack, the explosions, and the fire. For me, it's a reminder that purity and radiance can be preserved, even in the heart of darkness.
So how did you become one of the Adeptus Sororitas?
Become. It's such a strange word for it. It seems right, but is that how one talks about their destiny? If you're asking about the path itself, that's easy enough to answer. First, like many other orphans, I endured the cRPG. Those years were rough, but I remember the hardship fondly. Few things can compare with the feeling of satisfaction from a past trial, even if it leaves your body aching from exhaustion, or your soul wincing in pain. I was one of the best among my peers, and I was selected for the novitiate in the ranks of the Adeptus Sororitas. When the hour came, I passed the trials and took my vows. The most joyous day of my life. The Emperor's light has always been with me, but to accept it with all your heart, to utter the oaths, that is a rapture like no other.
Have you ever wished for a different lot in life? Of course not.
Have I ever? But that would be shameful weakness, almost heresy. Of course not. I was born for this. I live by the Emperor's will, and in his light, I myself am the light. I must be the light. For myself, and for those who ask for my protection.
I must be the light for myself. What's she hiding?
I was chosen to serve. But beyond that, I won't deny it. Few things elate me as much as the thought that the heretic felled by my shot will never again orphan a child.
Okay, fair point. Idira says you're hiding something.
It is my pleasure to be candid.
I would like to discuss Salis Prime and the relic that you want to find.
Of course, my mission is all I can think about.
Okay, what is your mission?
To find the way to the planet called Salis Prime. Saint Argenta is my patroness, and that is where her fallen ship is. And it must also be the resting place of her great relic, the one star.
Tell me about Saint Argenta, whose relic you were searching for.
Gladly. Listen. Long ago, there was a blessed world. Thousands of stars covered the sky there, so bright that its denizens hardly knew the darkness of night. Thousands of rivers nurtured the soil. Thousands of gardens bloomed every spring, and at every moment, thousands of prayers were flying into the clear air, thanking and praising the Emperor.
Oof, dear, she's a bit heavy with this, but okay. I guess she's, proper brainwashed.
But one day, the people learned the meaning of darkness. Like a storm, accursed heretics who had sold themselves to the archenemy descended upon the planet. Shells flew from the sky that desolated whole cities and burned the gardens and filled the riverbeds with the blood of the faithful. Smoke and soot swallowed the skies and the 1,000 stars that had once shone over the world. Among the handful of survivors was one orphan who had watched all her family die, and the garden she'd grown up in burned to ash. But in her heart, she knew the absolute truth. Just these 3 words. The Emperor protects. And knowing that, she never looked away from the black, terrifying, smoke-covered sky. There were no more bright stars to be seen. Except for one. The one star. The bright star. The silver star shone in the sky. And when the orphan smiled at it, the one star fell right into her hands. All the faithful in every corner of the continent who saw the trail of the falling star recognized it as an omen and went looking for the place where it landed. And they rallied together, and with the light of the one star, they found their salvation.
It's kind of like a Joan of Arc story. The girl from the story, was that Saint Argenta?
Yes, that was the beginning of her hagiography. It is known that she lived on a world where heretics staged a terrible insurrection. They wiped out all life on the planet, except those whom Saint Argenta managed to save with the one star, and with the strength of her faith.
Okay, was that a ship then? She managed to get off the planet. That's why it's falling down. They all went there and got on the ship and booked it off.
After that, she traveled between worlds, gripped by turmoil on her ship marked with a silver star, and brought hope to the faithful. Numerous accounts confirm this. Her coming helped people turn the tide of the war and wipe away corruption before the Imperium's main forces even arrived. Millions of people owed their lives to her, but the heretics, having realized their imminent defeat, sent the remnants of their forces after the ship with the silver star. It fell from the skies onto an obscure world. There are no definitive records of how old Argenta was at the time. In some chronicles, she's even called the Child Saint, but their credibility is questionable. Either way, she didn't live long, but she left a bright trail in her wake, like a falling star.
So what is this one star?
If I only knew. Neither the hagiography nor the legends give a straight answer. Classical iconographers believed that the star turned into a banner woven from silver thread, which, when brought onto the battlefield, would shed light that blinded only heretics, but did no harm to the faithful. Most of them portrayed Saint Argenta as a girl carrying this banner. Others think that upon falling from the sky, the one star became a holy chainsword, which Argenta later used to strike down monsters and enemies of the Imperium. In some of the earlier engravings, Argenta is depicted wearing power armor with a silver star on her chest. One theological theory suggests that this armor was, in fact, the relic. Some even think that the one star is actually the ship on which Argenta traveled.
Well, she's actually done her research. She's got all these different theories in her head.
I feel that my undertaking will be fulfilled when I find the answer that has eluded the Ecclesiarchy for millennia. I pray we find the way to Salus Prime soon. The ruinous powers must be aligned against us. They stand in the way of faith.
No more questions.
One day we will reach Salus Prime and stand before the gates of Saint Argenta's ship. I know it. I believe.
Thank you for this conversation. Till next time. Well, nice. Talk to... Okay, let's go talk to Jai. Don't want to go through all that again. Could have probably say, get off the ship.
May the Exalted One protect you. Have you grown bored without our little talk, Shireen?
Nothing new here, was there? Oh, see you later.
Oh, I have no doubt you will.
What does Pasqal have to say?
My apologies. 19% of my processing power is engaged in the analysis of my tech comrade's memory. My response time may be longer than usual.
Oh yes, we had that thing with the Opticon 22. And you found anything out?
The data is scarce. His identification code is the same as mine, and his memory contains data confirming that the assassination did take place. Unfortunately, some of his memory was damaged by pulses broadcast by his battle harness. I can assert with some confidence that he was who he claimed to be, and that he served the Deus Mechanicus earnestly and eagerly.
I've just had an idea. Maybe they're all the same person, but Amanat found a way to split these people up into different entities without them knowing of each other. That's why the ID code. This is the third time his ID code, including him, has been used. He gave off the impression of a paranoid madman.
Notwithstanding his permanent state of agony, he was not cognitively dysfunctional. His desire to immediately destroy the object he had deemed profane was partly dictated by his engrammatic augmentics, which were receiving imperatives from his battle harness. In light of the oddness of our matching identification codes, I find merit in his hypothesis as to the existence of a clandestine malevolent agent or conspiracy operating inside our fraternity.
Who do you think was behind the assassination?
No data available. I will hypothesize that the assassination was instigated by an enemy of the Blessed Amanat's doctrine. I accept the possibility that the assassins were targeting me, only to be led astray by Tarsus and my own identical identifiers. I am concerned about the fate of Archmagus Amanat. According to Opticon 22, he went missing in the wake of the incident on an Arc Mechanicus, the Hermetico. Information about that ship and its perishing has been purged from the archives. I accept the possibility that the incident on the ship, the concealed data, and the assassination have all been part of a single conspiracy.
Are you not surprised that Amanat's words had such an effect on Opticon 22?
I was not knowledgeable as to how popular Blessed Amanat's teaching was in exploratory circles. The Cognizance fleet is massive. His ideas might have found a larger following on its periphery than in the Mother Squadron.
Amanat was a believer, and he caused the schism. Tarsus was a believer, he turned into a zealot. Faith can be dangerous.
Of course, faith is dangerous.
Pascal's visor seems to almost pierce you with its glow. Did Ammonite believe the Elders to be in error?
Ammonite did not reject any one specific prohibition, but found their cumulative effect to be oppressive. The system of rigid limitations had confined seekers of knowledge to a circular track, spelling doom for the thinking mind. And that cycle of repetition had to be broken. That was why he was dubbed the Messiah of Discontinuing.
That's also very close to Zinch. Dogmatic. Except for deals which sometimes come into conflict with the dogma. Having given the gift which will set the dogma straight, that sounds dogmatic as well, or heretical. That's iconoclastic. Faith is just the shackles of obedience. That's good for controlling my subordinates, but not good enough to control me. That's heretical. I prefer to believe myself, my own ability to decide independently what is right, although he's not going to like that.
Comprehension is the true path to knowledge, and comprehension can only be attained individually, not taken for granted. Your path commands respect.
Okay, you're scaring me now, Pasqal. His voice takes on a thoughtful tone, as otherworldly might peters out. Perhaps you'll be able to find out more.
I will continue my research into the Blessed Martyr's memory with all due reverence.
Strange messages have been appearing in the ship's log. What do you know about this error?
This statement is true. Algorithmic violations have been recorded, as a result of which I twice performed an offering to the cogitators of corrected data vows and ruled out the possibility of sabotage. I hypothesize that the violation is a consequence of the discontent of the ship's machine spirits. I recommend a procedure of placation of the honored spirits for the glory of the Omnissiah and the steel angels sent by him.
Okay.
May your labors be effective and fruitful.
Does Abel have anything to say? Okay, let's go talk to Idira. That's what you do. Oh no. Yrliet's up there. Have you recovered from your encounter with a false Theodora?
I'm not going to lie. I haven't. Maybe I never will. But I'm not hearing random voices anymore. And I haven't been calling anyone from the other side. No. All that's done with. After what you did for me, I can't let you down again.
You know, Idira, life is short. Why don't you talk to Vigdis? She's completely, deeply concerned about you.
How did you... Wait, what am I saying? You said her name when you were trying to...
Yeah, I did, yeah.
You said she's worried? You think I should talk to her, yeah? We haven't talked in a long time. Good idea. I'll do that.
Good. It's how I got her out of the stupor she was in during the fake Theodora incident.
Of course. Always at your service. Whenever you need me.
Strongest Psyker we've got. Psychic rank 3 at the moment. Okay then, Yrliet, what have you got? Yrliet's lithe form stands frozen in a natural pose amid the blinking lumens and dancing shadows of the bridge. Her hands are clasped together strangely, and her eyes are tightly closed. Her chest is utterly still, as if she is not breathing at all. Observe silently. She remains unmoving. The entire time you watch her, only the barest flicker of eyes underneath her closed lids lets you know that she's alive, at least. Okay, I'm waiting. She's probably meditating or something. For the first time, she takes a deep breath through her nose and barely audibly exhales. Her body remains as relaxed as ever, and her eyes are still closed. The presence does not seem to be in any way distracting for her. Sit down beside and wait. It seems this is going to take a while. You find a somewhat comfortable spot and get yourself settled in. Yrliet still does not react to your presence. As time passes, you begin to sink into your own thoughts. Nice. Ah. Yeah, critical success almost. The gilded crown in your hands tells you that 2 watch hours have already elapsed. Your muscles feel stiff and your head feels heavy on your neck. Your next glance around the small section of the bridge that Yrliet has adapted for own use. You catch someone's sharp, attentive gaze.
You are still here, Elantark.
The words do not sound like a question or expression of surprise. Her eyes quickly sweep over you and she nods in greeting. I'll take that. You deep in a special Eldarian meditation, weren't you?
Yes. I am sometimes surprised by the depth of your knowledge of my kind's customs, Elantark. But even if listening is your only skill, that in itself elevates you above billions of other monkey.
Oh, thank you.
My meditation is immersion. Immersion into myself, my inner world. It is my chance to speak to myself, but without words, or to heal wounds that cannot be seen with ordinary sight. It is difficult to explain, even in the language of the children of Asurian. There are so many meanings and shades in its sound alone. And the monkey tongue is too sparse and awkward. No. Immersion must be seen to be realized. I should say, Elantark, that during meditation, the mind does not leave the body. Part of it remains vigilant, monitoring what is taking place outside. So I heard every word you said, and I saw everything you did. Restraint is not a trait that your kind is known for. And yet, you did not interrupt my immersion, Elantark. A worthy act. I will remember this.
She nods to you, curtly or gratefully. So you knew I was there the whole time. You didn't even bat an eye.
Immersion requires concentration and unity of mind, body, and spirit. Entering this state unprepared, or coming out of it suddenly, can be harmful.
Okay. Oh, Jesus Christ, it's loads. How long have I been recording now? An hour and a half. Should I get through this? Yeah, I guess so. I've been mulling over our conversation. I can understand why you do not like people. I think there was something else, something I cannot understand.
What do I see? Your words ring with the desire to know the soul of another. But will you be able to comprehend my answer? You and I, Elantark, look at this world in very different ways. And I see many more facets, and deeper meanings, and brighter colors in it. But to capture the full truth of this world in the miserly language familiar to your ears will take time. I will come to you with an answer later.
Okay. Strange and blasphemous things started happening during the first warp voyage with you on board. The crew were whispering that you may be the reason. Is this true?
The minions of She Who Thirsts could sense my soul behind the thick walls and thin veil that separate your fragile lives from the roiling fury outside. A child of Asuryan that dared to wander beyond the veil, within the reach of an outstretched claw, protected only by the barrier of unreliable monkey technology. It is too tempting a quarry for the monsters that serve Cylon Thresh.
It's like, because the Eldar, they have those web waves which stop any kind of chaos things getting towards their teleportation, Stargate kind of thing.
Our ships never venture beyond the veil, and I never traveled the way you do, monkey. Elantark, I admit this was a novel experience. I lost composure, let dismay into my heart, and almost strayed from the path. This moment of hesitation drew the attention of She Who Thirsts, but I summoned my will and used the knowledge of meditation to achieve balance, and hide my soul behind an impenetrable wall of resolve. Future journeys beyond the veil will still be difficult, but I will steel my heart and not let the bones of Cylon Thresh pick up my scent ever again.
Footfall is abuzz with rumours about Xenos ravaging the sector. They think it could be akin from the Krudorak.
Is that snake venom seeping from your lips?
No.
We, the children of Asuryan, are no strangers to the art of war. We are not raiders, or butchers, or least of all, fools. When a craft world is beset by calamity, its inhabitants do not start a war with every monkey in the sector. If you are looking for enemies, look for them elsewhere.
What happened to your homeworld?
It is a mystery as inscrutable as the sigh of the last immortal, as deep as the waters of a dark ocean. And I can tell you little, for I was far away, on a mission with my unit. We returned at the appointed hour, but we did not find Krudorak in its celestial harbor. It happened many turns ago, or standard years, as you say. But I remember that moment as if it happened this very day. The memory of a loss is always stronger than the memory of a gain, especially when you lose something as significant as a home, or an entire world. We searched, we called out, we looked everywhere, but we saw only emptiness and the echo of calamity. Countless days passed before I found myself on the Lilithon and met some of my kin. Those refugees who had barely managed to reach our ancestral planet. Their stories were far from being the fruit of truth I so badly craved. Those who agreed to talk to me were few, for most saw me as a wayward daughter who had spurned the honorable paths. And they would not stop babbling about the terrible disease that spread black tendrils of pain over the paths of the Infinity Circuit and deadened our world one segment after another. The ones who survived fled in fear and wandered between the stars, until the Lilithon's warm light reached out to some of them. some, like Muaran, lay the blame entirely on Monkey. However, I do not know the truth, but I hope, oh, I desperately hope and pray to the gods that someday it will be revealed to me.
What's an infinity circuit?
Is idle curiosity a defining feature of the Monkey? Or are you trying to learn about the weaknesses of my people so you can destroy another world of the children of Asuryan? Forgive me, Elentark, but I am not ready to immerse you in the font of my people's deepest mysteries.
Me. What was your world like before it fell?
Krudarok cannot be described in your language. It can only be sung, encased in a filigree of sounds, a melody as complex and delicate as the infinity circuit, its energy network. It can be seen in the golden hues of sunlight, felt in the breath of celestial winds. Though it was an artificial world, it was just as alive as any real planet. But I must see clearly, not only light, but also shadows. I yearn to remember only Krudarok's beauty, but it had a dark side too. My world was isolated for too long, like a lake of stagnant water. There was no movement or renewal, and even the sweetest outbursts of life soon turned fetid. Who knows? Who knows? Had there been no stagnation, had our elders not been so blind in their dogmatism and our youths not lacking in courage, then perhaps Krudarok would still be alive even now?
She's not going to answer this, but how do your craft worlds even work?
Is idle curiosity a defining feature of the Monkey? Or are you trying to learn about the weaknesses of my people
What
so
can you
you
tell
can
me about the
destroy
history of the
another world?
Eldari?
I am afraid your life is too fleeting, and your memory too feeble to encompass the entirety of my knowledge. My people ruled the stars when yours did not even have a name. But many of our songs and stories were lost, stolen by she who thirsts. I can tell you the children of Asuryan lived, created, caressed the stars as if they were pearls on a string, until Cylon Thresh smothered our empire in her terrifying embrace. Different branches of the Eldari chose different paths to salvation. My ancestors chose an eternal journey through the starry void, living on craft worlds instead of real planets. We rescued countless wonders from the days before, but far from all. You saw this on the Lilithan. Not even we can always master the gates our ancient ones built. This is the story of the Asuryan. There are branches that chose a different path, gruesome and frightening. But I do not wish to tell you about them. That is our dark side, just as your kin have many dark sides of their own.
You keep mentioning she who thirsts. What can you tell me of her?
Why ask this question? Is it idle curiosity, or something else? Do not turn your thoughts towards Cylon Thresh, whatever your motive. She is downfall. She is hunger. She is the enemy of all that is good in the universe. She is an enemy to the Eldari, and I hope to you as well.
She stresses the last words. Look at you inquisitively. The cursed gods are enemies of the Imperium, which means they're my enemies. You can be sure of that.
We are as different as starlight and its reflection in a muddy puddle. But we share a common enemy. Constancy is our strength.
I've learned what I want to know. You have my gratitude.
As you wish, Elentark.
What do you think is happening in Janus right now?
The Lilithon is purifying herself of the corruption brought by the servants of Cylon Thrash. Gardens and birds, animals and people. Many are gone forever, and even more are corrupted beyond healing. But the Lilithon is stronger. This world will live. My kin are probably still looking for a means to enter the webway. May the Lilithon spirit aid them in this endeavor. Beyond the gate lies salvation, and perhaps even knowledge about the fate of Kruderok and the remaining survivors.
Why did you agree to join me? It's not strange for an Andari to be following human.
The outcasts my path led me to had a saying. Let me translate it for you. If you fall off a cliff, grab the roots and do not ask if they belong to a weed or a noble rosebush. You are the root I grabbed, Ilantak, because I fell off a cliff. My homeworld is gone. My kin are either dead or hiding no one knows where. By joining forces with you, I may be able to nurture a seedling of the truth I so deeply yearn for.
Yay, thank you. Now, down to Cassia. I think this has gone on too long. I mean, this could be another 10 minutes in with Cassia. So, the next episode, I'll talk to Cassia. But for now, thanks for watching. I'll see you all in the next episode. Bye, y'all.